This question is hard to answer because of the vast number of birds found in Canada. Did you know that there have been over 690 species recorded? As you can imagine, there is no way to include this many birds. Instead, I try to focus on the birds that are most regularly seen and observed. Today you will learn types of birds common in Canada. American robin are one of the most familiar birds in Canada. Naturally are found everywhere from forest to the tundra. But these thrushes are comfortable around people and are common to see in backyards. Rarely visit bird feeders because they don't eat seeds. Instead, their diet consists of invertebrates like worms, insects, snails, and fruit. DOWNY woodpecker are one of the most common birds in Canada. You probably recognize them as they are seen in most backyards. The best food to use are suet, sunflower seeds, and peanuts, including peanut butter. You may even spot them drinking sugar water from your hummingbird feeders. Hairy woodpecker are common birds in Canada in mature forests, suburban backyards, urban parks, swamps, orchards, and even cemeteries. They can be found anywhere where large trees are abundant. American goldfinch love feeding on Niger seed, which not many other birds eat, along with sunflower kernels. Strict vegetarians. Their diet is exclusively made of seeds with no insects, which is rare in the bird world. Naturally, they feast on seed from asters, thistles, sunflowers, grasses, and many types of trees. They wait until June and July when most plants are in full seed production, ensuring there is enough food for them to feed their babies. House sparrow are an invasive species originally from the Middle East and now one of the most abundant and widespread birds in Canada and world. Compete with many native birds such as bluebirds and purple martins for nest cavities. Unfortunately, these invasive species tend to win more times than not. House finch. It's common to see these birds in Canada near people. You can find them around buildings, backyards, parks, in other urban and suburban areas. These birds are intensely curious and rarely travel alone, so their arrival often helps other birds find your feeder too. They are fond of eating sunflower seed, Niger seed, and safflower. American crow are adaptable birds and common in Canada in almost every habitat. The list of places they can be found includes woodlands, fields, rivers, marshes, farms, docks, landfills, golf courses, cemeteries, and neighborhoods. They don't come to feeders as often as other birds. There are a few foods that attract them consistently. Personally, the crows in backyard love peanuts, whether in the shell or out. Whole kernel corn and suet also seems to be consumed readily. Believe it or not, American crows are one of the smartest birds in Canada. Sparrow can be incredibly difficult to identify due to how many types of sparrows there are and the fact that they look very similar. But luckily, song sparrows are one of the easier sparrow species to determine correctly. Unlike other birds that nest in trees, song sparrow primarily nest in weeds and grasses. Many times you will find them nesting directly on the ground. White-breasted nuthatch are compact birds with no neck, a short tail, and a long pointy bill. Color-wise, they have distinctive white cheeks and chest, along with a blue-gray back. Look for these birds in Canada in deciduous forest, but they adapt well to presence of humans and are often seen at parks, cemeteries, and wooded backyards, visiting bird feeders. To attract nuthatches, use sunflower seeds, peanuts, suet, safflower seeds, and mealworms. Choose high-quality food and try to avoid mixes that contain Milo and other grains. Red-winged blackbird. During the breeding season, these birds are almost exclusively found in marshes and other wet areas. When it's the non-breeding season, red-winged blackbirds spend much of their time in grasslands, farm fields, and pastures looking for weedy seeds to eat. It's common for them to be found in large flocks that features various other blackbird species such as grackles, cowbirds, and starlings. European starling. Did you know these birds are an invasive species and are not supposed to be in Canada? Back in 1890, 100 starlings were brought over from Europe and released in New York City's Central Park. The rest is history, as starlings easily conquered the continent along the way, out competing many of our beautiful native birds. Their ability to adapt to human development and eat almost anything is uncanny to almost no other species. Brown-headed cowbird. In Canada, These blackbirds are naturally found in grasslands, brushy thickets, prairies, and woodland edges, but they have greatly expanded their range due to human development, and they have adapted well to residential areas, pastures, orchards, and cemeteries. Brown-headed cowbirds are considered brood parasites. Cowbirds have a truly interesting way of reproducing. Instead of spending energy building nests and raising their young, they let the other birds do it for them. Females deposit their eggs inside the nest of other species, which means the new chosen mother does all the hard work. House wren is a common bird in Canada. Even though they almost never visit bird feeders, they often been seen seeping through backyards while hunting insects. A great way to draw these wrens to your yard is to create brush piles which offer cover for them and places for insects to gather. Mourning dove. This bird is the most common and familiar dove in Canada. Look for them perched high up in trees or on telephone wire near your home. They are also commonly seen on the ground, which is where they do most of their feedings. Mourning doves are common visitors to bird feeding stations. To attract them, try putting out their favorite foods, which include millet, shelled flour, sunflower seeds, Niger seeds, cracked corn, and soft flour.